はい、というわけで、またやっていきたいと思います。ドラゴンエイジインクイジションです。パーティーは一人なのか。多分なんかカサンドラとかと一緒に新たな目的地にみたいなイメージだったんですけど、違うのかな。
Does it trouble you?
If it wasn't enough to close the breach, what use is it?
You did everything we asked of you.
And it still didn't work.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do.
もっと大きな力があれば封印できること？
May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Such as they are, we lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
婉曲に言うのね。
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
教会は審問会を、特にあなたを非難しています。なんか前回インド名とか言っちゃったけど、審問会なのね。審問会。特にあなたを非難しています。
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a mage, the Herald of Andraste.
アランドラステの使徒。
The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics,
確かにね、さっきもなんか言われてたよね。
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
アンドラステの使
Just
徒。
how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you.
教祖様みたいに
They
なっちゃったって
believe
こと？
that was Andraste,
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading,
which we have not.
the point is everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that? まあ図が高いのは悪く
I
ない
don't
な。
mind it at all.
全く気に
People
してい
are
ない。
desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
人々を信じない者にとっては全てあなたの責任というわけです。
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle
大
has
凶母ジゼル。
asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
確かにちょっと味方についてくれそうな感じがしますね。
I'll see
話し
what
て
she
みましょ
has
う
to
か。
say. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
作戦テーブルでは審問会の勢力をオーレイとフェレルデンで行使できる。大凶部ジゼルのいるヒンターランド地方はフェレルデン方面にある。審問会で偵察作戦を行うと新しいエリアが解除され、その地を探索できる。なるほどね。
You were saying something about Cullen?
Yes. Haven has limited space for our soldiers to train. Perhaps we could set up something over here.
1個しかないよね。ここを偵察すればいいのか。大凶部ジゼルがレッドクリフの外ヒンターランド地方である。そこでリーダーツした騎士団と廃墟者の逃げてきた難民の世話をしていた。大凶部を守れって。これが大凶部？ちょっとわかんないけど。この人かな？徴収が行えるようになった。徴収作戦には時間かかるが素材報酬を入手できる。一度に実行できる徴収は1つ。配備できる顧問は1名のみで、徴収の中に推奨タイプが存在し、特定の顧問の時間が短縮されるのがある。なんだ、物資を調達してくれるってことかな。資金を集めよう。これまでの審問会は教会に潤沢な財源されると今までつもりならはあ。なんかジョセフィーヌが高くのって書いてあるから、これジョセフィーヌを送り込めば金が手に入るな。で一旦戻って あ、なるほどね。なんかいろんなことが実行できるようになった。
Any circle mate wanting to join needs to speak with
参加
Cullen
の
or
サークルの
Cassandra.
しか
Apostates too, I suppose. Oh, you're her. Thrin. Inquisition
補給
quartermaster.
係ね。
I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under Ten Loghain MacTier, best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. Make her go with you.
調べる。激しい受け入った刺激に対して私の患者を殺害しようとして今まで結構危ない状態だった。
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
The breach needs to be sealed. The sooner the better.
If it can be sealed, you might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... That's
必
beyond
要なの
heroes.
奇跡さ。
We're going to need a miracle. Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
バリックって意外と小さいんだな。
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
If you run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master.
あ、そういうことなんだ。
Truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
ますますなんかよくわかんねえな、バリックって。
Need something?
Carry on.
なんか性格はわかりやすいんだけど、やってることはなんかよくわかんねえ。
I don't know.
And how much did you need?
10 sacks would do it.
お店かな？
Oh, Maker, you're here. You're the herald of Andraste. And you were sent to show us we were wrong to be afraid of the mages. I have always respected magic. I think the Maker blessed your rebellion and... I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
Magic can be dangerous, but it's just a tool like any other.
Yes, exactly. I've always said that. Like a hammer or a sword that tears open the sky. As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
This knot of ties and some.
Fine day to you.
You dislike the Templar's sister?
No, I know their purpose, but you remember I once...
伐採場。
Yes. I assumed you were used to having Templars around, keeping us safe from the mages. The
ルリアナがいた。
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
あなたはアンドラーステの代弁者なんでしょうって。本気でこいつもそう思ってんのか。
Awful things happen every day. Get used to it.
Get used to being a pawn? To be discarded when the Maker's done with you? The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the divine. She led the faithful. She was their heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come,
To work then. We will speak later.
Can I help you with something?
伐採場だと。こっちの方か。探索や商人からレシピを購入しポーションをアップグレードした場合ははあはあはあはあ。
Secret Ask told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
ああ、これがあのお医者さんか。
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
なんかちょっとした会話の中にもやっぱり英語だとなんかユーモアみたいなのがあるんだよな。
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too. You're back, and in one piece.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
タイジェンのメモ。 ああ、そういうことか。なるほどね。補給するために草が減るのか。素材を集めなくちゃいけないんだよね、まず。生えてるけどね、ここに。意味分かったぜ。
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
Am I riding in on a shining steed?
I would have suggested a griffin, but sadly they're extinct. Joke as you will, posturing is necessary. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
Hopefully the kind who lives to become that embarrassing former hero everyone has to put up with.
I can think of worse fates. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
You might dislike the circles, but if that breach stays open, you'll like what it does to the world even less.
Agreed. Hence remaining here to offer help. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
お、なんかあった。高速な宿女。この絵のことか。お、なんか買える。これってあれだよね、仲間と関係ないね。これが、自分が持ってるものってことだよね、あくまでも。
Thank you for hurrying with the potions. We have...
Good day. Or good as it could be with a Skyrim department.
これ装備中のものとかって見れるのかな。
Stay safe.
尋問会バトルメイジの鎧。アップグレード。装備するか。非耐性の頭巾の装備必要な条件みたいな。エルフ、ドワーフ、人間。レベル6。あ、そうっすか。
Siege equipment. We're not laying siege to anything.
That's an excellent point, recruit. But if someone comes to lay siege to us, perhaps it will be best for us to have some means to fight back.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
鉄はあるか、鉄。あった。これか？
Who are we fighting anyway, sir? I've heard it was mages, demons. No one really knows.
That's the maker's truth. All you need to know is that we're holding this place against whoever comes to take it.
ここはあれがいけないか。鉄を手に入れたぜ。お。見つけたぞ。 伐採場ってのがないってこと？伐採場？
Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
伐採場っつったらここにあんの？
I spoke with Commander Cutler. The mages have been quiet since the attack.
Do you have information confirming that the mages were responsible?
Well, I had assumed.
やってるやってる。
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
Just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.